Greetings and salutations, this is Imperator Vespasian and his trusty sidekick.
Hello!
We're having a look today at our first painted up British infantry, a small squad of 8 men. I'm going to have 16 men in a unit, so this is half a unit. That way you can split it off and do different things with it, make it slightly more interesting. These are the plastic British figures you get in the box. We got the British Zulu War starter army, and these are the figures from the box. The figures do come with really only two poses, really, kneeling down and standing up.
That is downside.
With 2 variants each. Not really much you can do with them, but it works for what we've got. You can do men loading, men firing. You've got quite a few different ways of doing things. There's a very nice guy with a large beard, and everyone else has a Victorian moustache, which is quite cool. And I'm quite happy with this chap here. I did a bit of experimenting with him. I took the helmet and cut the face off, the head off, and put the helmet on the ground in front of him, and I gave him the head of a Dark Age warrior. Those Dark Age warriors are brilliant. If you get a box of Dark Age warriors, it's full of spare heads.
And like I said, off camera, we're running out.
Yeah, we are running out of heads. But if you ever need a beardy face with lots of hair, that box is brilliant for it, because it's full of beardy faces.
And you get lots of spares.
Yeah, and I used my first batch up on all the Jewish war stuff. And this is the second batch. Anyhow, these are the British infantry that fought in the Zulu War. I think the most notable thing about the Zulu War is they stained their hats. So they didn't have a white hat, they had a sort of tea-coloured hat.
Why?
Camouflage.
Didn't work.
Yeah, it does actually work.
It didn't.
It does. Stops gleam from the sun. And also, the red uniform is actually very good camouflage for the
Don't want to laugh at that
African countryside. No, but in the war in general, it worked out.
Yeah.
They did change to khaki by the end of the war. Although they went back to wearing...
Khaki? What colour's khaki?
Brown. Well, British Army colour brown.
Yes, brown.
So
I thought that.
Yeah.
But ever so times, normally was weird. People could get it wrong. People keep putting khaki and it's green colour. I'm like, is it?
Well, it's an odd colour. It's a sort of browny green. In different lights, it's different colours, which is why it's such good camouflage.
So that's why people always use khaki in their army.
Yeah, the German army, the German soldiers really disliked fighting the British because they couldn't see the British. Because the British khaki would blend so well into foliage. So you couldn't see the British soldiers because of the colour of the uniforms.
Didn't help us.
The Germans, you'd think that grey would work. I mean, that's why they chose grey, thinking that would be good. It is good if you're taking aerial photographs. It's useless if you're actually on the ground, because a grey guy in a wood looks like a guy wearing grey in a wood.
Yeah.
Sticks out. Maybe he stood against a grey wall.
Yeah.
Maybe that's okay, but not in a wood.
Brown would have done better, really.
Yeah.
Because you're basically in the forest or in like a muddy area, swamp.
Which is why today everyone wears a sort of khaki.
Yeah.
Sort of everybody. Apart from the Russians, who wear sort of multicoloured stuff. They wear the splinter uniform.
I want to see an army who wears purple uniform.
Purple would be fun.
That'd be awesome.
Unless you're going to start making Space Marines, I don't really see a point of purple. And then it's cinch anyway, so you'd be in trouble, because they'd be bad guys.
Space Marines aren't bad guys.
No, Zinch are. They're Chaos Marines. They generally wear purple, don't they?
No, they wear red.
No, Zinch.
Yeah. Oh, Zinch. Yeah.
They wear purple? I'm sure.
Yeah.
Well, mine were...
Zinch are purple characters, yeah.
Mine were painted purple. I've been doing it wrong all these years. I just obviously
no, I remember
red.
on the boxes it's purple.
Yeah, because corn's red and who cares anyway? Just move on.
I didn't bring it up. I didn't bring that up.
Move along. But this uniform isn't as bad as Austrian colonial uniform, which was white. or German colonial uniform, which at this time was white as well. So there were a lot of people who had white uniforms. Russian as well. Russian uniform was white. So you stuck out like a guy wearing white in a field. So it's a bit stupid. But they did eventually learn to dye their clothes a sort of khaki colour, so it's tan. Well, that's besides the point. All armed with the Martini Henry rifle. Very, very good rifle to use. My stepfather has one.
Yeah.
Which is, he really enjoys shooting with that, so...
He goes hunting.
Yeah, he shoots furry animals.
It's pigeons now, he goes pigeon shooting or something?
Yeah, he shoots anything that moves, really.
I remember because I went to this farm, and this farm wanted him while I was cutting the crops, because he had an animal problem. And he got his Land Rover, sat on it, on the bonnet, got his gun, and every single time something went out, no matter what speed it was, he shot it. And I was like, it's amazing! I was like 7.
Yeah, that's what...
Now, a gun's amazing!
Yeah, if there's a small furry thing, he shoots it.
Yeah.
When he first saw our rabbit, I think he was going to actually put it in a pot and boil it. But
yeah, my hamster as well.
And your hamster. Yeah, if it's furry, he eats it or stuffs it or whatever.
Or just gives it to his dog.
Yeah, our fridge, we've got 2 fridges, and one of our fridges, my mother turned up the other day and filled the fridge with, took all that stuff out of the fridge, didn't say anything, and filled it with pheasant. So now our freezer is full of pheasants.
Is it?
Have a look.
I know.
Yeah, it's absolutely full of pheasants.
What the hell happened in here?
Yeah, I'll prove it because you're not going to believe what I'm saying. Let's come over here. Yeah, pheasants. See? Thousands and thousands of pheasants.
God!
That's the sort of stuff that they do here. It's sort of country living sort of thing. A bit alien to us because we get our food from the supermarket, but you know. What?
I'm traumatised.
Yeah, I know. I don't know what. It just turns up, puts one in the fridge, and then walks away. I don't eat pheasant.
I don't eat pheasant.
If you eat pheasant, send us a message and
we'll deliver it to you.
But that's what people with furry animals do. Anyway, these are the standard British infantry. They are steady and stubborn according to the rules. Steady is sort of okay. Stubborn is useful. It gives you that extra save roll, or you re-roll in morale once, one of your saves. So that is actually quite useful. I'd say that's more useful than steady because you're going to use it more often. They carry a breech-loading rifle, so it's got a range of 30 inches. So not a particularly long-range weapon, but still useful.
Look, people you fight and don't have armour.
Yeah,
So-
it's always useful to fight against people who don't have armour. Yeah. So hand-to-hand combat 6, shooting 3, morale of 4+, meaning they're best you can get, and your morale is your save roll. Stamina of 3, so average, good stamina. That's pretty good troops. As to how well they'll stand up against Zulus, I don't know. We've not tried it yet.
Hashtag I'm playing Zulus.
We don't hashtag anymore, I've quit Twitter.
Oh.
Another point, that's the card for it. If you want a copy of the card, go to minds.com, writing the word Vespasian, that's me, and you'll find my account and you'll see pretty pictures, or I'm going to load all the cards up that I'm doing here on there as I do the videos. I think that's...
And if you want your own, just message him.
Yeah, if I get time. It's just the
time.
Yeah.
I think you're going to find.
Yeah. Yeah, you did at school what I did when I was at school. You went to your...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you went to your...
No, his teacher said to me, what do you want to do when you're older? And I went, I thought what you said, I was like, I want to retire.
Yeah, I said that to my careers officer. When you leave school in England, when you're as old as I am, when you used to leave school, you used to get a career officer come and visit the school. And you'd have to sit on the table, and he'd be there with a folder full of leaflets for different things. And he said, "What do you want to do now you're leaving school?" And I said, "Retire." And I did.
You did. But then you started this job. Well, wow.
Yeah, but this is a hobby, isn't it?
But it's a job, nonetheless.
No, it's not. I don't get paid much for it.
Still, it's a job.
Yeah, it's just fun to do. I mean, you've got to do something before
You know, once
die.
you start getting subscribers, you got to kind of make a content repeatedly, so subscribers don't decline from you.
I wasn't talking about YouTube. I was talking about figures in general. But yeah,
Figures aren't a job.
Figures are a job. Yeah, it's a job. Ask any wargamer. His figures are a job. They're the most important part of his daily life. The only way he recruits his cash is by going on eBay. Basically these are pretty good figures. They are well. You don't really get any other figures with the British Army. You do get support troops such as your Allied Zulu troops, Indian Natal troops. Your Boers. Although the British were not too enthusiastic on arming Boers because, well, we ended up at war with them. So that's kind of how it ends up. But your average British soldier is pretty good. Well, the reason the world speaks English is because the average British soldier was quite good. Against Zulus, the British outmatched the Zulus wherever they fought. So the Zulus never stood a chance against the British.
Yeah, because the Zulus you normally use spears.
Yeah, well, no, they had rifles as well.
Yeah, we're not going to mention that,
No.
because the rifles I shot in the air and then dropped on the floor and charged.
Yeah, well, that's life.
It's not, it's really isn't.
When it comes down to British soldier versus a Zulu soldier, the British will win against a Zulu warrior. Training counts for a lot more than spirit. It's a shame, but actually no, it's not a shame. It's a good thing. But if you're on the Zulu side, it's not going to work out well for you. Even Izandwana, which was the biggest victory against the British in 100 years, is that? Says Britain lost a battle.
I have no idea.
I think it was 1879. So it was the biggest defeat Britain suffered in about 100 years, and the Zulus paid for it because they lost so many men. Kechiweo was of the opinion we can't have any more victories like that because it was so. The casualties weren't one-sided, but he lost so many men winning that battle. And then, to compound it, Rorke's Drift happened straight after, that evening. And Rorke's Drift was an absolute massacre for the Zulus. They were
But the Zulus
slaughtered.
still lost someone.
No, they lost Rorke's Drift.
Alright.
Rorke's Drift was a disaster for the Zulus. So, yeah. That's basically it. Not much else to do until we get on to the Zulus, then we can get into more of the history of that, but I don't really want to cover anything else on here.
Can't think of a question.
Can you? British had to pay for their own polish, boot polish.
Uniform?
No, they got the uniform free. You got uniform free, you got your belt free, but you had to pay for another belt if your belt broke, and you had to pay for your own boot polish.
Doesn't the eye pay well?
Yeah, it pays alright, it's just a scam. It was a scam by the quartermasters. They brought in this rule that you have to, every morning you went on drill and you had to have your boots polished.
So after a while, when you finished, when your polish was finished, they got more money because
Yes.
they bought more polish.
So you had to polish your boots, you had to sit there making your boots shiny, and you had to buy the polish.
The Zulus
from
may be
quartermaster.
banging on your tents, but no matter what, you have to polish your shoes.
Yeah, basically, yeah. But that's also part of
Great advertisements.
When it was originally brought in, it was a scam. It was a money-grabbing scam.
They still do it now. That's the
Yeah,
point.
they still do it now, but now it's tradition.
For cadets, you do it. So.
Yeah. You have to polish your boots, but it is now tradition to do it. It comes from
Nice sea cadets. You don't have to polish it for sea cadets.
what here? Yeah, I don't know what sea cadets do. Then I've never been a sea cadet.
They don't actually go out to sea.
So why are they called sea cadets?
They train of how to do it, and then
What, they sit on a,
I believe so.
they
Yeah.
sit on a pretend boat and pretend
Simulation.
to row.
VR, virtual reality.
Right. So right, in the old days, the Royal Navy used to have young boys who would go into the Navy and serve on the ships.
For training.
Yeah, really young kids.
The ship's sinking.
Like,
Right, the next lesson, lads, is to learn how to swim until a rescue ship arrives.
yeah, they were about 12-year-old, these little kids who'd gone to the ship and learned. And it was discontinued in World War One because the Germans torpedoed one of our battleships. Oh, was it World War One or World War Two? It might have been World War Two, actually. There was a huge battleship parked up, and it was an old battleship, so the British put all the boys in that ship because it was safe. And the German submarine sailed into Scapa Flow and torpedoed it, and it blew up, and most of the boys died.
Did the Germans feel sorry?
They didn't know. They were sinking a battleship as far as they knew. And it was really embarrassing to the British government that all these young boys had died. All these children had just died, and you know, what were they doing on a ship and stuff. So.
I mean, what were they doing on a ship?
No, the press was what kids doing on a ship. It's a warship, and we were at war. Because shouldn't be kids on ships in modern.
And there shouldn't be a German submarine in harbour.
Yeah, but the harbour was rubbish.
Nevertheless,
The Scapa Flow was really badly defended. Because we'd never been attacked, they didn't really spend much money on defence. And the torpedo nets had sunk.
all the Germans had to do was wait and launch one naval assault, and they would have taken Britain.
Actually, they fired loads of torpedoes. It's just all of them missed.
Oh yeah, where these the ones where the torpedoes never
Yeah.
not accurate.
Yeah, they're like firing loads and loads of torpedoes. And at one point, a car came down the road, and the Germans thought it was a searchlight looking for them. So they ran away. They left Scapa Flow, and nothing happened for a bit. So they sailed back in again, and then carried on firing torpedoes. And then finally, one of them hit the ship and it blew up. So, yeah, that's bad luck, really. Ah well, that's
The Germans it made the Germans cost more.
yes.
What torpedoes had to pay for.
Yes, and the Germans didn't know that torpedoes didn't work.
No one's picked torpedoes really worked, did they?
Ours did. Ours worked very well, thank you very much.
How many did we have?
We sank half the
how
German
many
fleet
did we
in
have?
one battle. Well, we had torpedo boats, we had submarines. Our torpedoes are particularly good. It's just the Germans were rubbish. So we managed to sink lots and lots of German ships. So.
As revenge for killing kids.
No, we're just sinking German ships anyway. That's what happened
It's
in war.
sport.
Yeah. Can't wait for the next war to come. It's going to be hilarious. All these ships sinking and stuff, and people crying, and then all the liberals will say, "Oh my God, this is an actual real war. People really do die in real wars," because that's not something they get at the moment. You know, after a city's been.
It's all the far right's fault.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, Hillary wanted to nuke Russia, so we're not in a global nuclear war right now because she lost.
If everybody keeps saying that if Donald Trump gets elected, the first day in power, there's going to be a nuclear war.
It's a complete lie. It's just a passive.
So I was there like, oh God, no. Donald Trump's going,
Yeah, he doesn't want a nuclear war. He wants to make himself richer.
Yeah,
He
everybody
wants to sell things to people.
every time I go into the classroom, everyone's panicking. Oh, we're in nuclear war.
Because your class is full of idiots. There you go. Anyway, that's the end of the video. Feel free to subscribe to minds.com where you can download my cards that I've made, and over to you for the outro.
So if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe, and leave a comment about what you think of the British Army. That's everything from me.
And everything from him. Goodbye.